Joining me now is Plymouth Fire Chief Ed Bradley. Ed, thanks so much for being with us. We know it's busy. Flooding is impacting some of your roadways, and it's also prompting some school delays. So let's start with that. How long of a delay are kids on in Plymouth?
Well, the public charter school is on a 2-hour delay. I believe the regular schools are operating on their regular schedule. The charter school has some students that are from further distances away, including down on the Cape, where they most of those towns have got a 2-hour delay because of road flooding.
So for people who are out and about, maybe either taking their kids to school or going to their jobs, you were telling me there's like a dozen areas or so where you have lane closures or some flooded out streets. What are some of those places where people should maybe avoid or use caution getting through?
Well, we've got some flooding. The worst is probably along on Taylor Avenue on the beach section of White Horse Beach, and there are some sections of Beaver Dam Road, as well as some in West Plymouth. There's a few streets in the development that have some flooding. They're the typical low-lying areas. They're not completely blocked. Some of them are single lane blocked. DPW crews are out trying to alleviate that right now. They've had all their crews out and working since 4 a.m. this morning. It just got to slow down, though. I noticed that when it was dark out before sunlight, sometimes the drivers were driving at their normal speed along Route 3A, and they would crash through a puddle that it wasn't too deep, but at that speed, they would lose control. And they had a couple of cars that actually got enough water in that the engines died, and they had to get wreckers to tow them.
You were telling me there's also some damage. You had some decent wind gusts, so did you have some branches or trees down around Plymouth as well?
Yes, we do have some trees down along State Road down the Cedarville area, some on Summer Street downtown, Westerly Road, and they are causing some of the power outages, and there are also some partial lane blockages due to that. So if everybody would just drive a little slow this morning, because you may come around a corner and encounter a tree or a DPW crew working, trying to get a lane open. And if you slow down, you'll be able to avoid any kind of collisions.
And as far as the power outages, I know you just mentioned them. You said luckily they're not too widespread.
No, there's pockets of them. Some of them have up to 40 customers. Some are small, 20 customers or so. And they're in the areas where some of these trees are down. So I'm assuming that once we clear the trees, Eversource will be able to get the power back into those neighborhoods. But there's nothing widespread. And we did have a couple of boats that came loose from their mooring this morning. And one's sitting on the beach right out here where I am. And there's another one just north of me that's sitting on the rocks. Probably not in good shape at this point.
All right, so if you own a boat and you have it down in Plymouth Harbor, you should go check on it. Make sure it did not come loose. Chief Ed Bradley with the Plymouth Fire Department, thanks so much for joining us.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.